I believe many people heard actor, martial arts film star Michael Jai White a couple years ago in an interview with Ricky Smiley make the statement or assertion that Bruce Lee could not beat him. When they asked that question, they said Bruce Lee could have not beat him, and his contention was because of the weight factor, that he had about 100 pounds on Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee being such a smaller guy that he could have not beat him. Let me just weigh in. This came to me today, and I just wanted to touch on this again, but I did do a subsequent video after I saw that interview with Jai White on Smiley Show, and I recall not too long thereafter, Michael Jai White came back in another interview trying to renounce what he said and apologizing to Bruce Lee fans and followers, and he said, hell, I'm a Bruce Lee fan, this kind of stuff, as if he respected Bruce Lee. And you know what's funny? I saw a picture of Michael Jai White by the graveside of Bruce Lee and Brandon Bruce Lee, his son, in Seattle, Washington. Now, in my mind, I'm wondering, is this a way of him trying to mitigate for what he made, or when he made the statement that he could beat Bruce Lee? So, I just want to say this again. Size is not everything. I'm sure you've heard the expression, it's not how big the dog is, it's how big the fight in the dog is. So, to be perfectly honest and not biased, and some people want to call me a Bruce Lee fanboy, this kind of stuff, that doesn't matter. I pay no attention to that. I'm a realist, and I've been doing this most of my life. So, skill for skill, Michael Jai White would stand no chance against Bruce Lee had they met up at some point, if that ever happened. Even though I have a great deal of respect for Michael Jai White and his skill set is supreme when it comes to the weight that he carries and his stature and his flexibility and his agility, my hat goes off to him. That's great. However, Bruce Lee was a tactician extraordinaire. Bruce Lee had over 1,000 books on fighting. I don't think Michael Jai White studied like that. Bruce Lee ate, slept martial arts and the art of pugilism and or combat. That's what Bruce Lee was about. He didn't do point tournaments, sporting events. That's why he didn't, because that was not his forte. He didn't want to. You have these people, martial arts actors and people like Chuck Norris and the such, say what, and even Victor Moore, what championship has Bruce Lee ever won? Well, Victor Moore was not a real fighter. As far as a tacticianer in martial arts, and to step off into a sporting arena, and I have a great deal of respect for Master Moore. Let me say this about him, because a lot of people want to keep saying I don't respect him. That's crazy. We're just talking about a speed contest with Bruce Lee and a person offering a viewpoint or an opinion about whether or not Master Moore blocked the punch. That's different. So I'm talking about skill for skill. No, I don't believe that Michael Jai White could have beaten or even bested Bruce Lee, despite the size difference. Bruce Lee had caused many other martial artists that he's trained with before that were much bigger than him. He has dominated them when he was living. So I don't believe that size thing. I don't. I'm not saying that the size of a greater weighted guy is not advantageous. Both sides have an advantage. The lighter man, especially if you are skilled and you're faster and you have agility, if you have all of the tools and you are a lighter man, you can stand toe to toe with any big man. That's it. And that's all.